Good afternoon, guys. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a great day. So we're actually going to be working on the 06 again tonight instead of our nicely lit garage. One reason being that it's about 50 degrees tonight. So we're going to take the nights that we can work outside over being inside in the garage. So we got some studio lights set up out here. We're going to continue trying to get as far as we can, getting that engine out. Hopefully this weekend it'll definitely be out, and then we can stay inside because tomorrow it is supposed to drop down into the 20s. So what we're going to start off doing is basically not taking the coolers off. We're going to let them dangle. We're going to work on getting the radiator out. As you can see, we're starting to drain some of that fluid. Start to get some of the other accessories out of the way for the engine to be ready to be pulled. Actually, I forgot to set up the underhood light. We're going to do that. I don't know if I have this down in my description of the shop tools to get, but if I don't, I'll put it down there before you guys watch this. So link down in the description of the underhood light. Well worth its weight. All right, so our first brief stoppage just to do a little bit of explaining. As you can see, the trans cooler kind of slides down into these slots, has two bolts right here. Real simple power steering cooler, you know, two bolts right here. They just kind of swing out of the way. That swings out of the way, and then you can get to the rest of pulling the radiator completely straight up. So we're going to undo this top support piece here, get that completely out of the way. I removed the cold side intercooler pipe. So the next step, if you were, let's just say, to replace your transmission cooler, the lines that wrap around here, they kind of wrap around and go right to here. These kind of use the same similar style fittings as like your AC system. You kind of just slide the tool, it's a little round tool, into the slot and kind of push, and it will disconnect from this line. So we're going to attempt to do that and catch all that fluid as well, get that completely out of the way, as we are going to be removing the transmission here as well. So that's the next step. And then what we're going to move to is removing the fan shroud out of the way. We're just going to push that back and then pull the radiator straight up. Alrighty, so that might have not been the best explanation. These are the tool that I was talking about, if it would ever focus. Really just these little plastic rings. You slide that around the metal piece, and then you kind of push it into the metal end of that, and it's got a little spring, and you kind of like push it together, push that little plastic piece in there, releases that spring, and then you just pull it out. So these for AC and kind of lines like that. Of course, you guys probably can't tell, but it's actually starting to rain. Of course, I don't even care. I'm gonna get soaked, whatever. I don't care. We're gonna keep going. Alrighty guys, the rain is keep coming down. It keeps coming on and off. You can see we've got quite a bit done. Got a lot off the battery, passenger side battery. Got the AC lines disconnected from the compressor. Got all those wires disconnected. Got the boost tube out of the way. I actually got the downpipe clamp off. Just pretty much just taking off everything that needs to come off to pull the engine. That's pretty much it on this side. Disconnected the battery wiring, the grid heater wiring, all from this area. The main reason I want to talk to you guys here for a quick second is this cross member piece that a lot of people question on how to take out. Now, if you want to take this bar out in one piece, I think like Cummins or Dodge recommends you separating the fenders and spreading them. Now, that is quite a big spread to get that bar out in one piece. What I've done before and what I usually do is I'll hammer this bar all the way to one side and then literally cut it along this seam, and then therefore this one side will only have one bolt here and one bolt here as opposed to 2 and 2, but that's the best way. A lot of people like cut them and re-weld them. What I've always done is just slide it all the way, cut it right here, and then put those other 2 bolts back in. So that's what we'll do to get that out. I'll probably take the fan off in one piece from the bracket right here. That can all come off in one piece. I'll get that off. We've just been disconnecting everything just to get the engine out here. We probably won't get the engine pulled tonight, but again, we're just going to keep taking everything I know that needs to come off and dealing with this stinking rain. It's kicking Greg's butt. If you guys do see anything that you guys might need, again, I'm not shipping any of this stuff, but if you're local, you need this stuff, I got the wheel wells out from both sides. Again, the washer bottle, the battery tray, a lot of the stuff's not in great shape. So again, if you need it, let me know, but I'm not going to be shipping any of this stuff. Boys and girls, it's still raining pretty hard. We're still going at it. I don't care. I'm feeling somewhat decent. But I'm flipping the camera on. We're gonna go underneath the truck and I'm gonna show you some hack work that, of course, we find. I knew previous to buying this truck, the transmission was out. It was done by a local shop, which I will not name, but just a couple pointers that I want to point out that, you know, maybe might help you down the road. So alrighty, so I'm going to try and show you guys this the best I can. So transmission just rebuilt, the pan's all wet, no big deal, right? It happens. Alright, so we're going to undo all of our wiring. We see that the wire loom here has been crunched up, missing a couple sections out of it, which is never a great sign. And then you get to see all the electrical tape, which, why would there need to be electrical tape on a factory harness if you just knew how to unplug it and plug it back in and do everything correctly? Let me try and flip this light here. So you can kind of see here, nice ground strap that's supposed to be connected is ripped off. And then you get to this big, I don't know if you guys can even tell, it's so dark. There's this big clumped of bald section of wires here, which I don't even know. I'm not even going to get into it right now, trying to undo all the electrical tape. I don't know if they just had some excess. I don't even know. It's so dumb. People just suck at their job, let me tell you, because they don't care. Oh, here we go. Let's unwrap. Let's unwrap it. Like, I don't even get it. Like, why? I don't know. We'll have to undo all that. But that's not even the best part. That's not even the best part. So let's go here to where the transfer case is bolted to the back of the trans. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice big chunk of cast missing. No big deal. That's an easy bolt to get to. Another easy bolt. All right, hard bolt to get to. Let's see if we can show you guys this. Another huge chunk of cast missing on the back side there. Very lovely, very lovely. So whether of that was avoidable or not, or someone just did not care enough to take their time to take it all apart or put it back together, who knows? I wasn't there, but that is the main reason why I seldomly recommend people, just because I can't stand anyone else touching any of my stuff. Transmission stuff, I could not more highly recommend Mr. John Muldoon's Diesel. You guys have heard me talk to him and seen me talk and do videos with him multiple times. John is just as meticulous, if not more, than I, and he just goes the extra mile, takes care. If he were to see that, that would have never probably left his shop like that. So once we get the transmission out, we'll go back down, we'll see him, we'll get his take on everything. We might need to do some parts swappage, some housing swappage to get that perfectly correct. Obviously, it's not going back in like that. So we'll go from here. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening starting to rain even harder, but under the truck, it's not that bad. I'm going to see how far I can get, maybe pull the trans or the transfer case out. We'll see how far I get again, but here we go.
2 hours later.
Alrighty guys, well, we gave it our best shot. It's 11 o'clock. I am soaked head to toe. The ground is completely wet. Extremely frustrated, if you can hear it in my voice. It actually looks like maybe possibly the other transmission shop who touched this truck last couldn't even get the transfer case off. The further I look at it, there's like hammer and chisel marks all over this thing. So that's why you pay somebody who's done one of these before. You don't take it to Joe Blow down the street to rebuild your transmission. So what we'll probably end up doing, seeing that I can't get the transfer case divorced from the actual back of the transmission, I'll pull it all as one and screw with it on the ground, so I'm not rolling around underneath the truck with no leverage. So we'll probably just have to strap the trans down good on the trans jack, pull it all as one, and kind of look at it out in the open. So that's where we're going to end tonight. You know, definitely made some progress. Not how I planned the night going, but it is what it is. Looking at our 48 on the ground here, it actually does look like this cutout is supposed to be there. I originally said that I think it looked like that piece was broken off, which it might still be. It's kind of hard to tell underneath the truck, but this does have that little cutout there. But we will see when we get it down. Hit that like button before you leave, guys. Subscribe if you have not already. Today we got our butts handed to us. You will have those days. You just got to keep pushing forward, keep going.